Well, we're working on shit today, boys. So folks, what we got today here is this second gen Dodge. What year is this thing?
98.
98 Dodge. And yes, she's got a Cummins. And what we're doing with it is what, Justin? We're
going to straight pipe it from the turbo back.
We're going to straight pipe her today. This is something a little bit different on my channel. I don't normally work on these big heavy trucks, but Justin twisted my arm and said that it's time to straight pipe this old girl. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get over to the shop and get her all figured out. All right, so as we're getting this thing out, we're checking the destructions, and we've automatically got 10 horsepower right there with the sticker. And in case you guys don't remember Justin, this is my buddy Justin. He was part of some videos where we blew up a few things. And what else? Oh, we took the minivan ride. And right now what we're doing is all 7 of us are getting into the old Dodge Grand Caravan here.
Hey, we're quick, Bobby. Got time for this.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
So I'll link those videos right up here so you guys can go see those. But this MBRP kit basically comes with everything we need. We get all the stainless pipe here. It's got all the clamps, all the hangers that we're going to need. And I will leave the part numbers and everything down in the description box below. If you guys want to take a look at this for your second gen, then you guys can go ahead and make that purchase. And we're going to try and show you how easy it is. If it's not that easy, you're just going to watch us struggle.
That's right. That's fair.
That's all. So the twisted T's are here, and so are the Keystone lights, because we're doing the light
work.
We're doing light work tonight. So anyways, we're going to get this thing up in the air. We got to start right from the turbo back, disconnecting everything and removing it. Torches might be involved, maybe a few choice words.
Fair enough.
All right, so we're going to do a start up here with the stock exhaust, and then when we're done, we'll do one after. We'll compare the two. So let's start her up. We all love that sound, even if they're stock. All right, so we got the truck up in the air, and I think it's already time for a break. So give us a few minutes, and we'll be back. We'll be back from break. Yep. So the first thing that Justin's going to do is we're going to try and tackle the 2 flange bolts right off the turbo up there, and we think they're about a 13 millimeter. And so he's just going to take the air out of those. Those should come right out. They look like they're in good enough shape that they're not going to give us too much problem. All right, once the air pressure built up, Justin was able to get those spun out, no problem with just the air. And those are still in pretty decent shape, but we're not going to reuse them. The kit came with new ones. So the plan is that we are going to cut this exhaust out in 3 pieces. So we're probably going to do one here in front of the cat, and I assume that's what that is. And then we're going to come back here in front of the axle, cut that out, and we can haul the tailpipe off separately from the muffler, and this front pipe will slip right out from the hanger right there. So when I went to grab the reciprocating saw that we have here in our exhaust bin, the little Allen key right there, stripped. And it's going to take a little bit more effort than I'm willing to put into it. So I went over to my house, I got my reciprocating saw that's battery powered, and I actually even was smart enough to grab the second battery just in case we run out. Saved me from running. So anyways, we got that, we got a fresh blade. So it's time to start cutting. So from all the way up there at the turbo, we are clear sailing through here all the way back. This hanger here still remains. This factory hanger still remains, but we've got to get this piece off because that's supposed to attach to the pipe. So that's still got to come off. And up here, we've got this factory hanger, and we've laid out the new exhaust next to the old. So back here, there's not much difference. But what the biggest thing that we're doing is we're eliminating the muffler and the converter. I assume that's what that is. And this downpipe, I mean, look at the difference in size. Right? Like, my soul. It's just a slight difference in diameter. But what it's going to do is it's going to give us straight through, hence straight pipe, right from the front to the back, eliminating this little restriction here, and hopefully make it so that we can actually hear the turbo in this thing, and give it a little bit more throat when you come onto her. So I guess what we're going to do now is break time.
Break time.
And we'll be right back. Okay, so we're getting this first section here that goes up to the turbo in place. So if you've got a lift, you can get up in there and get that first bolt on this side just by reaching up and starting it. The second bolt, if you just pry away on the inner fender, you can stick your arm up in there and get that second bolt up in there as well. Just do it by hand. We don't want to tighten anything at first because we want to make sure that all of this stuff up through here, clear back, fits loosely. And then once we get it so that it's where we need to be, then we can start tightening down some clamps and some hangers. So let's get started with piece number 2.
Perfect.
Okay, so in order to get these clamps to fit up against the factory style, the instructions say we've got to use these band clamps. And it took us a couple of redneck minutes to figure out how this hanger mounts on here using this band clamp. Anyways, we did figure it out. I'm gonna get Junior to hold the camera for a second. So what we gotta do is we gotta take this nut and washer off. And you're gonna leave on that little piece right there. And then, you remember how that goes there, feller?
Like that.
There you go. So we put that on, we go like this, we tighten her down. And now we've got a clamp with a hanger on it that we can just slide over the exhaust and then get it up into those hangers. So let's get that done, and then we'll come right back to you. All right, so once everything's connected properly, we get the flange where we need it to, and we've got the hanger kind of weaseled into the factory rubber insulators right there. So there's one here, and there's one right there. That's how that goes. Down here, we've got another band clamp, not to be confused with this one time at band camp.
Never happened.
Never happened. We've got a clamp there. We don't know if we're going to use a band clamp on this section because we've only got 3 of them. So we got one to use there, one to use here, one to use back here for the other 2 sections. But we've also got some regular 4-inch horseshoe type clamps, muffler clamps, that we can use as well. So we'll get that figured out once we get there. According to the instructions, though, it says the first 3 connections are band clamps. Is that correct?
Oh, that's not right.
What?
4-inch clamp, 4-inch clamp, band clamps.
Okay, well, we can take that front one off. So
First 2 connections.
first 2 are the regular muffler clamps, and then we get the band clamp to hold the hanger.
And a band clamp to hold
Band clamp to hold the second hanger. Time for another break.
Break time.
And then the band clamp to hold the back tailpipe on. So yeah, all we got to do is remove this and replace it with the 4-inch regular muffler clamp.
Yes.
All right, let's do that.
Well, we made a minor miscalculation here and have determined that that is an extension pipe for a longer cab truck. So we need to take that off and put this pipe on because it's swollen on both ends.
This has been able to receive a pipe here and here because the one that goes up over the axle is not swollen on either end. So it's got to fit inside this pipe as well as the one that comes out of this back piece here. So this is just an extension pipe if you have an extended cab, or a long crew cab or something like that.
Long box.
We don't need that. We don't need those extra parts.
We got a single cab.
Yeah, so we can sell that on Marketplace. Anyway, let's get that one. Let's get our thing loosened up here. We'll slide that off. We'll put this pipe on. That'll allow us to put this over the axle and the tailpipe. And I think by then we should be able to start tightening things up.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's see how easy this is going to slide off there. It clearly isn't doing it by itself.
No.
You know what it might be time for?
Break.
Might be time for a break. So on this back tailpipe,
yep,
this is the kit that it tells you have to have. And if I come over here, this is where the band has got to go because that's the end of the pipe right there. And the hanger is another 4 or 5 inches forward, which means if I mount this where it's supposed to, here, only one of the rubber isolators is going to line up. I mean, that sucker's got to be, that's got to be way the heck over here somewhere. And then it's hitting up against that shock mount, which it just doesn't make sense. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out how this mount that came with the kit mounts here properly and still lines up with the rubber isolators. The tailpipe is going to work. It'll fit up in there and hook into those factory rubber isolators, no problem. So my question at this point, Justin, is what if we get the tailpipe on and in the isolators?
And then we can see where that's going to sit.
Well, and just, yeah, and then we'll know
what to do up front.
A, do we really need this?
Yep.
Is there enough, like, is it being held enough?
Yep.
And if not, then we can figure something out. Maybe it means bending these forward or backwards a little bit.
Our good buddy, the torch, can adjust those.
It can.
Yeah.
So let's get the tailpipe on and get everything situated, and we'll go from there. That way we'll know for sure. Yeah, so that's right up against the frame right there.
Yeah.
We can twist that.
But we can twist that like that. That clears out here just fine. Clears the suspension. I don't know if
we can tweak that however we want.
Yeah, we can tweak that. And then that's all hung, but we just got to figure out that bracket. I don't know. Break time?
I think it's break time.
It's break time.
So what we've come up with is we're going to take the rubber isolators. This was Justin's idea, by the way. Good job, buddy. We're going to take the rubber isolators, put them on here, and we're going to hang them on the truck and see where this lines up in retrospect to the flange.
Go from there.
That we got to put on it. Or not the flange, but the band clamp.
Band clamp.
That one time?
That one time.
That band clamp?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
By George.
Look at us go.
By George, I think he's got it.
It's going to work perfect. Yeah.
Yep. You're a pretty fart smeller.
I'm trying to smell her.
All right. So it takes about 6 hands to get that clamp on there with those things. So let's get that done and see where things lie. So we're just about done on this exhaust. We just got to kind of tighten all of our clamps up, get the flange mounted to the turbo, and we can start this thing up and let her rip.
We're just about there.
We're just about there. If you guys like seeing Justin and I interact with each other and working on this old Ram, let me know in the comment section down below, because he's got a lot of work he wants to do to this thing, and he's offered my help for him so that he can help me get some content for you guys. If you like these Cummins videos, let me know, because if you don't want to see them, I'm not going to waste my time doing them. I'll still give them a hand, but nevertheless, I got to know from you guys if you want to see more of this stuff. So if you're not yet subscribed to Olde Carr Guy, do it right now. Hit that button. So before we go too far, one thing we do want to do is we want to make sure that that flange is sitting well up against that turbo, because if it's not, it's all cockeyed, it's going to leak, but when you go to tighten it up, you may end up breaking something. So don't tighten this the whole way first. Just get it snug so it stays in place. Go ahead and tighten everything else up. Make sure you've got all your clearances. Then you can come back, and the very last thing you want to do is give those 2 flange bolts tighten on the turbo. So that's what we're going to do. We'll be right back, start this thing up, and hear a roar. All right, driver. Okay, 2 top flange bolts are done. The 4-inch buffer clamp is done. Band clamps are all tight the whole way through. And we got the exhaust sitting, the tailpipe, right where we want it. So now it's time
To start it.
Let's get this thing started. And when we edit it, we can edit the before and after together so you guys can see what it sounded like before. All right, so Justin's gonna back this thing out. We're gonna take it for a little cruise, not before we do a little bit of smoke show out in the parking lot. Not gonna see it, it's dark out, but at least we'll be able to hear it. So let's get out, listen to this thing.
How can you go wrong?
I think there might be a diesel, not just this one, coming to the channel really quick, folks.
Yeah. It's almost a necessity.
I don't care, it's $10 a gallon. It's miles per gallon, folks.
That's
Miles
right.
per gallon. What a way to end a great video. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I think that has got to be the most satisfying upgrade you can do on any vehicle is exhaust.
Has to be.
Has to be, 100%. So again, guys, if you like these videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Tell me you want to see more of them. I had a blast working with Justin here on this thing. We have fun. Just like those other videos we've done in the past, just horsing around. So
We always seem to have a good time.
we can make something of it. So anyways, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed to this channel to catch more Cummins content and stay focused on the windshield, not the rearview mirror. I love you guys. God bless. Let's do it again in the next video.
See you guys.